Welcome back! I forgot, because I have to disconnect my mic to charge this headset I've got on, which is not the correct headset, because what it's having in its ears is currently... what is that? Oh, that's randomly some Skrillex. Not really a big dubstep fan, to be honest, but hey, you know, I blame that one-time Korn were really into the idea of doing dubstep as to why that's occurred. Bloody narcissistic cannibal. But last time we started our second attempt at a Nuzlocke on Violet, and we've made it here to this part of South Province Area 2. We've yet to actually make our encounter, though it does go up to like the, before it gets all grassy of the ramp there. So we've got quite a nice bit of area. Of course, we'll go over this way, it'll be Area 4. But hey, you know, since it's been a day, because I got badgered and whatnot, we've got access to Terror Dens now. That's actually a neat way to grind, I guess. Also outbreaks if we can get to the areas they're in. Pardon me. So, I can't hear anything. What the my headphones weren't plugged in properly. That was weird. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff occurring while we're thinking through what we're doing. Cortondo is literally just over there for gym badge purposes, aka Fletchling. Oh well, Jason, our Fletchling here, will happily deal with very thoroughly, although a little lower level than we would appreciate it being. And we can also encounter some Pokemon in the wild that are terrorized, like this Diglett here. Although obviously we've already got a Diglett, we can't really do much with that. So if I hop onto my wide on, get it because you're widening on. No, I don't know what Game Freak's idea was for that, to be honest. We could now, theoretically, get ourselves something within these crystals. Like, for example, this Dunsparce that has Terra Walk to it. Dunsparce is an option. It actually does have an evolution now in Generation 9, thank fuck. The Dunsparce. However, the Terra typings are important. So we could do that. But we do run that risk of... do we have a Pokemon that's able to handle a Terror Den yet? Now, something like Walk, maybe we do, because Sprigatito can certainly deal damage. Mastiffs. Go for a Dark type, but then might be doubling down on the Dark a little bit. Do I really want fighting to be what kills me? Oh no, the item was of a 5. Boo. No, Super Potion now. That is useful. Of course, I've had time to actually think through what I may want to encounter in terms of this area, and I still don't have an idea. Also yesterday, like I was actually sorting things out to do this yesterday afternoon, and then everything just melted around me, like my brain and all that, because it's being very humid, which is annoying. Nimble that has Terra Dragon. Huh. Terra Dragon, not on Nimble. Like, the thing is, Terra Dragon, probably not the worst thing ever. Suddenly stab dragon moves, that could actually feel quite scary, actually. But, does Nimble get any dragon moves? So, one area we haven't considered yet, in terms of the South Province Area 2 that we are in, is of course the area just around Cortondo that we haven't actually gone exploring around yet. So, you know, we can slowly make our way there, because we haven't gotten the dash power yet, because we haven't fought Gorf. Because it's the Bombardier that gets your staff. It's the last one that gets your gliding thing. I think the wall climbing's the still Don Fan thing. I admit I don't remember the Violet Paradox Pokemon yet. But that's due to me playing Scarlet a lot more. So yeah, this area counts as South Bombs Area 2, and hey look! A reason as to why you don't need to get Igglybuff in the slightest. Because Jigglypuff, look at it! It's a shame if a gust of wind happened. But any Pokemon that appear around this area here count, so that's good news. In the sense of if there's something here we want to catch. God, this is the worst feeling ever because I liked a lot of the Pokemon we can get. I'm not too sure on Mass Positive as a whole, Mastiff and Mass Positive as a whole, but I mean I like Ampharos, I like Wigglytuff, I like Staraptor, which is part of your requirement for being. That's part of your requirements for starting with Sinnoh. You have to enjoy the list of Sinnoh Pokemon everyone has used on their final team in Sinnoh because it's Diamond and Pearl Dex is a bit on the side. Even though I vehemently will be a defender of Diamond and Pearl as games as a whole, yeah, the Pokédex could certainly do with some improvements. It's so weird, but there's a lot of Pokemon that were introduced in Gen 4, but were not introduced in Diamond and Pearl, they were introduced in Platinum. Because even though they did exist in Diamond and Pearl, you couldn't get them. So bloody weird. The requirements are always 100%. You will always have your starter, that makes sense, starters are starters, you go do that. Then, obviously, Luxray, everyone chooses to have the Shinx early on, and then that leads them to having Luxray. Staraptor, because you'll catch a Starly. Most likely you'll have a Bidoof, that's a HM Slave. Or even maybe you've evolved into Beebo, in which case, hey, you know, Stab Surf is always good. And then, like, you have the Legendary, and then maybe one or two other Pokemon you could maybe surmise just by playing through the games properly. Obviously, you get the Togepi egg, you get the Ryu. If you've caught a Bidoo and you've got the Stormstone, congratulations, you've got a Roserade. Obviously, there's a lot of things. Let me go coin. It was just the one. I should probably make the decision, shouldn't I? Because I'm just riding around aimlessly at this point, aren't I? But, to be fair, if we actually go on the things, apparently I have not. There we go. I didn't have it up properly. Like, if we actually listen to what the tracker says, we could theoretically find ourselves a number of other Pokemon I'm just not seeing, or they're in this province, but they're in a bit that I can't actually access. Or they're the Pokemon that can crop up on the Terra Dens. Combis, I mean, there's a female one. But the fly, see, that's the thing though, flying. I don't want to stack my team with flying types now, do I? Oop. Like, yeah, there's the first Pokemon over there, but it'll be higher level, so we actually physically probably should refrain from being an idiot. I actually really am struggling. I think this is why all the other generations, it's a little bit better outside of Gen 8 as well anyway. But Gen 8 you can still get the random encounter in the grass thing. So you don't have to pick those that you see in the overworld. Hey look, it's a Pikachu. Pardon me. I think that is a factor to the proceedings, you know? that just makes it harder overall to determine sensibly and consistently what you want. What Pokemon is this that's glittering today then? Oh, that's a Meowth. Okay, right, that's a Meowth got so many region forms. I'm surprised there wasn't a Paldean one. What's in this normal terror thing? Slowpoke. Okay. Honestly. So this area here. This area still counts as area 2. So, hey, look, Beetles. Wait. Air cutter. Oh, actually, hang on. No, that's actually quite nice. Cool. Who knows whether or not we'll actually grab a Gimmickle chest at some point, potentially. Who knows, really? Like, if we do, then hey, I'm fine with the coins. And then that's Pichu. I'd rather get a Pikachu than a Pichu. See that Shriddles are around? There's quite a few, actually, that overlap from the first area. Which is kind of cool, in its own way. You've got Air Cutter now, it's the Air Cutter. That's not too bad, actually. Fake Tears, not the worst thing ever, actually. That's the thing, straight damaging is always good, but also being able to alter whether or not your opponent can do good, that is important too. Psyduck. Obviously, by being near the water, we're getting to see more of the water types around and about. I do ponder how different some of these areas look in the Switch 2, seeing as it is supposedly improved. But we won't see that here. We'll be stuck with the Switch 1. Yes. Ooh, grassy terrain. We can utilise that actually. We have got a grass type in our starter. What complements our team? Wow, that's weird. Maybe a water type would work. Maybe that Slowpoke Pterodon wouldn't be a bad idea then. Maybe go back, swing back around. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that because I don't think I can climb swing back around to where the Breezels were, maybe get Breezel. Can't really do too much with the fish. Although, if we get ourselves a Magikarp, that's basically us wanting Gyarados. At the same time, though, I don't want to stack too many Pokemon to be weak to Electric, because obviously the third gym is the Electric one. Don't want to die to the Electric one, do we? Of course. You know, I do feel like this early area just doesn't have much in terms of what we desire the most. Like, we've already covered our bases to an extent, you know? That being said, it's not like there's not options. I am tempted towards a few. There's a few I'm tempted towards. Maybe a water type, just so that we have something against, say, fire types, more so than just a Diglett, because Diglets are quite frail. I'm also not opposed to something like Strudel, because normal poison, that is typing we don't really have. Maybe even Jigglypuff. Just having a fairy, having access to a fairy type is not the worst thing ever. Only real drawback is, of course, needing to find ourselves a Moonstone for Wigglytuff. That would be the only issue. Obviously, I'm always going to be partial to. Well, maybe we even do Fido, you know? It's Gen 9. And its evolution isn't bloody stone. Hello there, Fido. No, you're so cute. Oh, okay, it was just slowly walking towards us. Okay, well, we got an encounter. Oh wait, quick type stab. Oh, okay, that doesn't do too much. Okay. Oh yeah, it has lick. Oh, anyway, Fido it is. And that's covert, so we gotta be careful. Should be in catch range, especially if it's just gonna keep using lick. You know what, I think McQuain's still not working the best. But we did it, we caught the Fido. So we're going to apply because that's our 5th Pokemon. Puppy. No. I just didn't give it a nickname. Shit. Thankfully though, this is Generation 9. Thank you, Quality of Life. We don't have to go looking for a for a name changer person. We can just change nickname from here. But we also get to look and find out we have our own tempo. Okay, does that mean we not got 12 bakes then? Pardon me. Fido only has own tempo. Okay, so then it becomes well-baked body when it is a Dutch bund. Right, okay, that's how that works. Also, our special attack is down because it's careful. And it's got special defense up. So anyways, nicknames for Fido. What sort of name would fit a Fido? And it is female. We can maybe keep that in mind as well. See, now, I'm not impartial to the idea of saying, going for reference along the lines of Fuamoko, either Fuawa or Mokoko. But we've already got the one doggo. We would need to catch another doggo for it to make more sense to me, to be honest. Or I could just say Fuamoko as a combination. And then again, I mean, we've gone half and half on references to random ass names. So I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm the one playing the game. Let's do that. Fuamoko. Bow. There we go. It's named! Haha! If anyone has a better suggestion, then please inform me. If there's any better suggestions for any of the Pokemon I happen to have, then maybe we might get some better attachmentness to them. To the Pokemon at hand. Now, the next area that we actually have skipped an area that the tracker suggests us going to, which is South Province Area 4. Now, there's a slight issue with the idea of going to South Province Area 4 at this time, and that's mainly just because our team's not near level 20, where those Pokemon certainly are. So while we do that, let's load up the map on here, and of course it's giving us all the bloody markers again. I hit them all. So area 4 we can actually get to quite easily. There's a small land bridge that takes you over there, but obviously for us we aren't going to be handling much there. Welcome to Contondo. Anyway, welcome to Contondo. This is the place of the first gym. And if we zoom in, there isn't really much shop-wise other than a few bakery stuff. That's it, really, of this town. We can get stuck on a wall. but hey, an X tag. That's useful. I'm stuck on the other side of the wall. No! But yes, behold, the gym building. They're rather uniform in nature, really. And regardless of the first gym you go into, what happens again? I'm trying. It's probably my appearance. Remember myself correctly. Yep, Nimona is there, patiently waiting at any of the gyms that you happen to go to first. She just predicts that you really wanted to get a gym badge. Now, sadly, we actually do need to, because it will make our life a lot easier when it comes to catching Pokemon in the various different areas of the game. They really decide to do that, which is really annoying. Nimona actually gives us a good gift in 3 Super Potions. I will happily accept that, and she's going to go and fight trainers. I'm going to talk to the Contondo gym person. Nuzlocke, correct? Indeed it is. The Nuzlocke. We got to do the olive roll. It's essentially a giant, huge fuck-off rugby ball in shape, because it's in the shape of an olive, and we have to push it around a bunch. Ooh, and I do believe that it's become more day all of a sudden. Really? Wait, hold on, 21 minutes? I've just been running around for 20 minutes, not really doing much. Shit. Well, let's change that then by actually doing the objective at hand. Also, since we actually do have air cut, that actually would be a better move. Where is it? Be here. So yeah, Fake Tears lowers the target's special defense. That can be useful. Protect, decent way of just blocking an attack, but Acid Spray can't be learned by any of them. Jugglebug, Psybeam can't learn. Swift, yeah, someone can learn it. Air cut, hey, first you can learn it. Good. It is special though. That's the slight downside. Although, hold on, we are special attack up. In which case, we'll happily take it over Peck. Now, sadly, there is one slight issue with Air Cutter, and that is that it is less accurate than 100, which means there's just a chance that we just miss every time and we end up bashing our head into a wall for thinking that we dare mess with Jesus, as people do. In fact, I'm already going to start my window opening procedure. There we go. Window is open. We need to push the olive. That's all. You think it'd be simple since there's just an olive there and 2 baskets, but no, of course, a court has to be created off screen, obviously, for us to go through. Now, due to physics jank, we can actually skip a lot of the walls quite often. Behold, physics! Remember back in 2004, Valve made a whole sequel that people really enjoyed just because it would allow them to go, behold, look, our engine, it can do physics. Anyway, what you're supposedly meant to do is be like, ah, man, I really need to take this shortcut. Ah, shit, a trainer. Am I really a trainer? No, okay. Because despite the fact that this is a bug gym, they use the power of Smolips to stop us from doing our jar shit like Kricketune. But to be fair, Kricketot does evolve at level 10 into Kricketune, so it being level 13 and being evolved would make sense. Haha! The fool thought I'd be using a physical attack. The power of being fully evolved. Shit, the power of being fully evolved. That was one tackle to half my health. That's not good. Do I have an extra defend by any chance? I do. Okay. Yeah, okay, right, that's better. So we are actually a little low now. But the good thing is once we've done the mission, we don't actually have to go straight into the gym. A lovely amount of experience way. Yeah, the Smolives do get out of the way, thankfully, if you really wanted to go through this path bit. No, no, right, now that that shortcut's been opened, let's not take it, because we really... Of course I won't have any effect, I'm trying to... No! And of course this shortcut's actually a good one to open up, as obviously that means we won't have to go around. I don't know. Ah, buffalo. Ah, shit, poison. I mean, thankfully it's Gen 9, so we don't get damage. So damage doesn't get dealt by me while we're actively walking. What? Why did that not kill? Oh. Confusion. Thankfully it is just regular poison and not toxic, because otherwise Hey, that did it. And Fido wants to learn a new move of Bite. We love Bite here, apparently. Something in my Pokemon want it. We'll take over Growl. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Doggers always need to know Bite. That's Antonio with the Fido. So yeah, that takes out the second of the two trainers, if we really wanted to fight them. I think I've got let's also move the olive backwards a little bit. Now, due to physics, even with the shortcut, now, granted, that doesn't mean we're not going to faff around a bit. There we go. The Smolives can be happy as we've done our task successfully. Hurrah! And black screen. That's to deload everything. You know, it's great from this there. So yes, now we can go back to the Starter and holy, there's a lot of Pokemon. All it takes is just a small gust of wind that Jigglypuff is off to the stratosphere. Anyway, let's heal so Fletchling isn't on the verge of death. Ah yes, mass outbreaks. Well, yeah. Thing is with mass outbreak is that it's dependent on where it ends up on the map. Because if it's somewhere we can't get to, then it's not really that worthwhile. Anyway. Now we could utilize some of that. Actually, what did we? What XP did we pick up? We picked up some excess. Oh, you know what? We'll feed it. Ah, okay. Well, it'll probably get to like level 14. Actually, no. What I did want to check. The Terra to normal, Terra to fly, Terra to flying. You know what? That's fine. You know, that actually ain't too bad, I personally. Because getting rid of some of the weaknesses Fire has, while being able to hit hard with a flying type move, is probably a good thing. Alright, time to take on Katie, the first of many gym fights we shall be having. The site, I might reload the site, just be on the safe side there. Nope, it's just all like bot image for Katie and whatnot, so that's happened. But obviously we're going to start with, apparently my fletchling thing is fucked up. But fletchling is overall stronger than the nimble, stronger than the tarantula. Actually, we are utilising the weakest stat with that card actually. It's just we just got to be careful on the Teliasa, which is stronger overall wise no matter what. But it does become bug, so we can utilise that to great effect. Anyways, Katie is a chef. Well, a baker, but that's right, the bakers are chefs in their own way. This will be our first test. Can we beat a gym fight? Did we actually do any of the gym fights in the previous one through, or did I go to kick Kami immediately and get but, oh well. So yes. See, the thing is, don't do them nimble, they're really weak. They're weak Pokemon. I'll start with a terrorization into air cutter anyway, because I might as well. We want to do everything we can properly. And besides, being in full-on flying may be better. Besides, double kick is now just straight up not very effective, and not even assurance, and the assurance problem. Like, that with one shot. To be fair though, that was a crit, but also to be fair, Nimble has base 25 special defense. That ain't good. But we'll happily take the level as well in the process. And our cat wants to learn Magical Leaf. Leafage is 40 base power but higher physical attacks. That means that Magical Leaf, but it does not miss. It does not miss. I'll opt to have Leafage over Magical Leaf. We can Home Claw and then hit with Leafage for probably a similar amount of damage. At least do better most of the time, I'd argue. Right, anyways, Tarantula. Oh, it lived! Which means Assurance actually is not the worst move ever, actually, because its power was doubled if it already received damage that time. Well, let's just quick attack it then. From like no help. Just guarantee we hit instead of maybe miss. And now for the Tiliasa. And it's neat that they have a Pokemon that isn't the type that it would be, and then like take the Terra types into it. It means that it still has the same weaknesses in a way, but you know, that also means that the Dragon's like, oh, actually, the Fury Sites will be the dangerous thing. No, Joker. Similar issue, similar thing that we should state that is a potential problem in Bugsy's gym in Generation 2/4, whether you're playing Gold, Silver, Crystal, or Hot Gold, Soul, Silver, is Fury Cutter. Also, I do like that there's a thematic theme to the theme. Like, Teliasa makes sense for Katie to have. Flashiest on the Pseudo Rudo, that makes sense. Less so with the Miss Magias on the Iono, in my opinion. I'm not too sure on that one at all. Aha, we dodged. Kofu has a vulnerable. He found somewhere to evolve. He found an Ice Stone. Good on him. Thank you for the food. Larry has a Star Raptor, which fits very well because he uses it in both his gym fight and league fight. Rhyme has a Toxtricity. I love Toxtricity, so I'm fine with that one. Tulip has a fully evolved, it's a Florgus. And it makes sense, it does make sense. And Grusha has an Altaria. I have nothing to say about that one, to be honest. It's Altaria. Altaria is adorable. Yeah, that's the answer. Just like Grusha. But anyway, that is our gym badge obtained! Gym badge number 1. We get our first of many gym badges now, which will help us in the whole catching of Pokemon comparatively to before, where it wouldn't been as useful. Pokemon of up to level 25 will be easy to catch, and we'll listen to our commands as well. AKA, now I'm going to South Province area while making my way towards Artisan, because that will be the next gym, and it might as well be what we do next, because we've got ourselves lovely Pokemon that can actually handle grass types quite well. Maybe less so the Sudowoodo. That's the only issue with a flying type versus a pure fire affair. But even fire is not the best for what? Like, actually the Sudowoodo is actually a good counter. It's a shame that it gets turned into a grass type, meaning it's a lot weaker. Mona's called us asking how we did, and we did amazingly. So of course, supportive friend that she is, loves that, and also is still going to train anyway, because, yeah. And is also pondering what Arvin might be up to, but nah, we don't need to worry about that too much. Okay, I might wait until I've evolved Sprigatito before I start messing around with Clorf, because that's a rock type in and of itself. Oh, it's raining. If only I had a Sliggoo. So, actually, no. Right. So, yeah, back the way we came. On the map, there should be, yeah, this bridge here. So if I flew over to there, obviously there will be the exclamation mark at in Messagoza. That's due to the Kitami stuff. We'll maybe dabble with a bit of it in the future, once I'm not thinking I'm going to get murdered immediately by Carmine. Which is a shame, really, because like the whole point of you being able to go at an earlier point is because the team is lower level, and then we still fucked up. So yes, now we can, theoretically speaking, head over here to Area 4. The Pokemon over here will be a lot easier to deal with, in the grand scheme of things. Less so the Cypher, obviously. I ain't touching that Cypher with a 10-foot pole. We could get ourselves a Toxel. Now, the thing is, all these Pokemon, they're like level 20. The thing is, all these Pokemon are going to be around level 20. Our Pokemon are more around level 15. So, although we can fight them, like, look, there's a Goomy. And it just stopped raining as well. Boo! We have Goomy. I love Goomy, but at the same time, we have to rely on the time of weather, the state of the weather, and that's never fun. So while we can go about our day with one of the Pokemon over here, we should probably level up our Pokemon a little bit more first and foremost. That's just a valid statement for me to say. Oh, hello, Margarita. I didn't realize you get Margarita on this side. You can get Margarita on the other side. I know that for a fact because I got a shiny one once. Oh well. So yeah, that outside of any trainers we didn't fight, there's not much more realistically we'd be dealing with over on this part of the map. So you know. Oh, I meant it was called Tondo again. Ah well. We'll fight this trainer. I suppose I'm curious about Team Star. I'm not really sure that's something that you need to be concerned about, random Syria party. We'll swap on over to Spaghetti then. Really? Don't kill that hard. Weird. Flail. We'll take it. Its power's based more on how much health we have, but I don't like the idea of being on low health most of the time. Mastiff is dark type. Low on health, I'll swap over to Fletch then. Oh yeah, cause stab. So if I use the super potion, it's gonna hit hard stuff. You know what? 30 health. Oh shit! Special attack. Well, we have stab quick. We still need to do. Having fledgling choke super potions, hooray! I don't really have a good answer to dark. Yeah, if it just uses bite. I don't have an answer. I do have an answer to Dark Fairy. It's not very effective, but at the same time, it's like it's really good damage. Alright, tongue clawing. We are faster though. We could theoretically flinch, but not very effective. So. Yeah, not very effective, but now does a lot more because of the bloody claw. He should have converted. We did it. We beat the Master Chief. It took a while. Mudblade. Right. Let's switch into Fletchling. If it has a singular ground type maneuver, then that's great news. It means we just dodge out white and I can just kill the potion. Yeah, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a regular potion and see how it fares. Because if it's just got something like high horsepower, then we're fine. We're cool with no, it's going to use line defense. It's going to raise its defense stat. Hurrah! We have to use special attacks now. Because anything else won't do as much. How's Rock Smash? Okay. And a berry! No! I hate that I'm having to heal so much. And it finally missed! Fuck! I won that whisk. Right, I did it. Oh, right, okay, that was more painful than it needed to be. Nuzzle, sure. Have it over Scratch. Don't need Scratch and Quick Attack on poor me. Oh, right, okay. Really? Like, your team nearly wrecked mine. Okay, let's just heal up the Pokemon Center, teleport over to Mesagoza, and head the other direction now. We'll head into places like Area 4 when we're more around level. When we're more of level, you know? Speaking of being of level, probably for the best if we make sure we're... Rock Throw is on Pseudo-Rudo, and it has Sturdy. We are not guaranteed to kill, basically. Oh boy, okay, we need to make sure we're prepared for Brashius's stuff. Oh, there is a mass outbreak that's actually somewhere we could probably get to. However, it's also in an area that we're not necessarily high enough level to deal with. Going out the other side nets us South Province Area 3. For whatever reason, the tracker puts East Province Area 1 and South Province Area 5 as prior to this. Even though we'll probably more likely encounter Pokemon first and foremost in A3 instead of South, not the other two places. Weird that, but we'll take what we can get, I guess. Anyways, another Picnico is here, and we can utilise that for some sandwich ingredients for free. Away. Happy Pikachu sounds. We're not going to need to go into a picnic at this time because we've just healed our team. If I make it so I can see... trainers on there. Right, let's swap over to having Smooth here up front for the moment. Wait, no, shiny sinks. Right, new location. Actually, hang on, this counts as our first encounter, doesn't it? Then. Right. Shiny Shinx, adding that as a location. Right, Scratch. Okay, that did near to half. We don't know if that was a range or not. I don't know if that was a range or not. Cool. Ooh! Oh! I think this has rivalry, sadly. We'll throw a Great Ball. I might guarantee my odds. Yeah! Shinx! And it's shiny. It'll get alright to our party at the moment, because, yeah. Anyway, finally a ground type move on our bloody ground type. Took forever, but you know, nice to have. Sadly, it is Mud Slab, not really the best move out there, but hey, you know, we'll take what we can. Margarita winning through us, okay. But yeah, look at it! Look at it! Okay, it's all yellow, which means I think this video didn't want a real name. I'm gonna fucking call it outside. Actually, hang on, it's female. Yeah, we could call it like Buttercup. Because it looks like butter. It's a shiny Shinx. Oh, yeah, I almost missed it. I was like, oh, there's some Shinx around here. And then in the corner of my eye, yellow. Oh, that's so cool. I've got a shiny Shinx now. You know what? You know what, dude? I'll take you up on that offer of the picnic. And they could, this will net us, restoration. Bound to go back into Mexicosa. Now, yeah, sadly it is a rivalry and docile. Which, okay, nature-wise, yeah, that's not too bad. But yeah, rivalry. Shiny. I'm gonna box it. I'm gonna utilize shiny claws for that, and that's not our encounter for this area. But it was the first one. Oh, cool. Oh, anyway. So, you know, that's cool. We got ourselves a shiny Shinx. I'll put it in the box of the for now. That's the thing. Shinies, I'm not imposed to. Like, if we want to use it, we can. Why have I just encountered that? Okay, what's I count for this one? Crap. Alright, so our actual encounter for this area, South Province Area 3, there isn't good old shininess, indeed. Doesn't look to be. It's female. No, that's not what I want. The females are fussier than the males. Oh, woman. Another creature dirty as a female with these wings, it'll peck the offender relentlessly in a burning rage. Ah. Okay. Let's call it... Let's call it... Let's call it Angie, you know? A simple thing. Maybe short for Jennifer, maybe? I don't know. But I don't know. Alright. Ugh. No one, but you know what? I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe we will use Shinx. Oh, it's relaxed. Oh, that's not necessarily the best. I mean, I'll take a defense, but speed down the process. I didn't mean to encounter that Wookity. Damn it! Look at all these salts we could have used instead. Hey, some sync. We could maybe fight some more of these trainers theoretically. This person has a Starly. If I'm wrong, then I've switched to the wrong Pokemon. It's Glenn! Ah. You know what? Also, in terms of electric types we're using, maybe Shinx isn't the worst pick. Just because it would... The main electric attack is pure electric. So, given air balloon, suddenly it can't be hit by ground types. And nothing would hit it for super effective. Pardon me. But, on the other hand... Let's put this rotator back up for the time being. I swear I'm being watched by mega heaters every time I do a thing. You know what? I think with shinies, what there'll be is there'll be backups in case faints do occur. I'll have them. I'll happily have them, but I'll discount them from like being in use. And also, of course, if they faint, I'll just keep them in the box and not do anything with them. Igglybuff. Oh, it's terrible. Igglybuff is terrible. Why did they do this? You know? Quite frankly, I feel like a Pokemon like Igglybuff just has no reason to exist. We didn't need a shitter version of Jigglypuff, you know? It's copying my own claws. What claws? It's a balloon. It's gonna pop itself. It's not like I'm using the claws silent. Well, hitting it with leaves, but still. Okay, we're getting less levels all of a sudden. Oh well. Quick attack over, scratch. And our Wookity now has home claws. Lovely stuff. Anyways, that puts us right by the Pokemon Center. Hurrah! I'd like to heal me team, please. So we can head into what counts as Area 5 very easily, actually. Map, we're actually not too far away from an area where potentially. Actually, yeah, let's get through to. Ah, of course. We are now within range of the Cloth encounter, which means now we get the dialogue from Marvin. No, there's no way anyone would climb up a cliff, especially a Pokemon that could climb around. No, definitely not. That'd just be crazy. We're crazy. But yes, heading over this way. Area 5, real easy to get into. Again, the level suddenly does increase to a bit. Ah, a nugget. We can use that to make more money. Yes, cash, dimes, the whole shebang. I know what I'll do. I'll enter crazy killing car derby thing. Kill my competitors around the world and I'll wish for money. I'll get buried in it. Yeah! There's a reason why you don't ask for that. That's the thing about something like Twisted Metal, or like most tales about genies outside of Aladdin, is that the wishes that get twisted, at the end of the day, a lot of it's on your own fault when you don't clarify a way for it to not get twisted. Like if you're gonna ask for money, do it in a manner that allows you to not then immediately get buried under your own pile of cash. Do it in a way where you're not immediately then screwed over, you know? It's a reason why these sorts of wishing power stuff doesn't exist in the real world. Because it would just be so easily... Because the smart people would try and exploit it to however of an effect. And then the idiots will, well, do what the idiots always do best and screw up so royally it will somehow fuck everyone else over. I do like that when we're riding around in these areas. We do get to see the evolved forms of some of the Pokemon, so it's like a gumshoe, so surrounded by Gungoose. And it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. So anyway, Area 5 actually goes a lot further than you may think. If we head the correct way and not encounter anything, we can actually take a Lion Bridge over to an area of greenery. That still counts as being in South Province Area 5, meaning that the options of what we can find here aren't limited to whatever we're finding around here. Like, yeah, we could have gone for a Litleo potentially, but we could also go for something else. Well, not Fletch Tinder, Dupes Claws stops us from doing that. Clever game. But yes, over here it's still South Province Area 5, just more green. Which also means different Pokemon. Like there's this like area here that's a bit more of a swampy, a dread area that isn't like looks quite muddy from my perspective. Yeah, pardon me. So one can only question what it could possibly house. Because it is a rather unique area, yet isn't determined as a different area, so you basically have to make your way here just to even have the chance of any of these Pokemon I know. We're finding various stuff. Special defense, that's always lovely to get. So here we are in a swamp where we find more Psyducks, oh lovely, Flamingos, which that makes sense, we see that in the opening cutscene. Surskit Syrup. But I don't know. Oh, Tiny Toxico. Oh, Krogant. Even. If it was a Toxicoke already, it would definitely be the sounds I'd be making. But also find yourself a Dreepy. If you really want. So, you know, a nice assortment of Pokemon here. There's some items. There's some Tadbulbs if you want to maybe get Belly Bulb in your near future. And Gumi's here as well. Level 20, our highest is level like 16. Thing is, Gumi is slightly worse than Dreepy in some fashion. Because Gumi we have to rely on Wayne when it's Sliggoo in order to actually evolve it. Whereas with Dreepy, it's just a case of leveling it. But also, Dreepy's stats relatively bad because it's a pseudo legendary and doesn't evolve until level 50. Because back in because let's face it, any generation they introduce in, usually it's designed around the idea that no, you'll use it in a capacity that makes a level sense. And then you'll mosey on into utilising. See, right now it's just started raining, but obviously a Goomy doesn't evolve. It's when it's Sliggoo like 10 levels later. Oh yeah, we can find Clodsire! Look at that! Clodsire! Look at it. So friend-shaped. Level 23 though. So again, this area maybe just not ideal for us to do anything with. Oh, Suskins. Like, I am not touching that Flamingo that's teletypes. 10-foot pole. But yes, we can still leave the swampy area here that we're in. And go about stuff that's in the grassy area. Like Slowpoke. Oh, figure off. We might want to be very fucking careful there. Ah! I fell. No, not the Pokemon. Well, I see a Shellos. And it's a blue one because we're on that side. Shellos, not bad shout actually in a way. All around. It has its capabilities. Suddenly would be probably more useful than a Diglett. What level of Pokemon Hill reach? Level 23 as well. Trouble is we are heading towards the grass gym. Diglett, yeah, they love despawn when you get too close. So yeah, maybe I had a Pokemon just on the beach. Stepping on the beach. The Assault is here. And the Sandygast. Oh no! It died! The Sandygast is dead! We killed it. Just by being nearby. But also we can see in the water. Fish! Like Love Disc, Magikarp, and maybe the occasional dolphin. Oh, and some Baskins. I want to not be too close to the water. And then, oh no, or maybe they're Magikarps. Magikarp likes killing itself. It goes onto the beach to flop around. Oh, what Pokemon's despawn because of it. Quattrels, they're flying electrics. Very worth me having a tail up front. It looks like a number, yeah. So a number of these Pokemon really don't like being sighted. So oh, we caught it. Can you catch on unawares? Right. Leafage does that much. Oh, I'm astonished. But it is stab. You know what? So this does count as an encounter, Sandygast. I just realised that. Right, Chris pays attention to what the fuck he's doing. I think I'm going to switch over to Fledgling. And then start throwing balls. So yeah, this won't help us with Artisan. I basically am relying on my flying types for that. I am glad I did that. Haha. But let's throw our balls. Ooh, didn't work. Oh, it doesn't make a break. Okay, that's something for us to consider then. So we found this in South Province Area 5 because the beach is part of that. So thankfully we're not like in the middle of some other area. But Sandygast is our encounter. We can use the Ultra Ball we have actually. We've played an Ultra Ball, might as well make that work. I'm not a fan of all those Pokemon flying above overhead. So we're probably going to have to be a bit careful. Probably a little bit. Sandygast! Sandygast. Ooh. What do we call a sand heap? Well, sand that turns into a sand castle. I don't know why, but I want to call it Trent. Like that. It might be misspelled, but I don't care. This is what we're calling it now. There we go. Okay, and since it's now a Pokemon that ain't going to be just going straight into our party, we get to go into here and take a look. It's special defense down, attack up, because it's a naughty castle. It's a naughty being, it is. Oh, how naughty. Sadly, not necessarily thing, but it does have water compaction, which boosts its defense stats sharply when hit by a water maneuver. Not sure why I'd put a ground type in front of a water type attack, but you know, we get why, obviously. We can put it in the box for the moment, obviously, because it's pardon me, because it is a little bit higher level than the rest of my team, so it doesn't really. So we might want to, you know, put it on our team later. Actually, you know what? It will be a good thing for one of the team star bases because its ground typing will do well against the fire types. Whereas I won't do too badly against some of the dark type ones because like the Pawniards exist. Hello, Sangoose. Bye, Sangoose. Right, let's head on back up to the Pokemon Center here in South Province Area 3. Or Hill. And go from there. So we've plopped ourselves here. Ideally, I want Fletchling to be Fletchtinder before we start delving into the Artisan Gym, realistically speaking, I feel like a little bit. Oh, okay, we're gonna keep getting told that we're doing everything. Right. No, I don't want to. No, we last did. Fuck's sake. Right, Pokemon. There was actually a reason to do something suddenly that. Where do we put treasure? I think I want to buy more super potions. We'll go 20. Alright, there we go. That's some great balls. That'll be useful. Can we get to that item there? We can. Ooh. Helping hand. Ugh. Hello, random young goose. Music stopped there for a moment. That's Hasty mint. Ooh. Right, let's end a battle with various trainers and stuff. I mean, the claw at the end of the day, Sprigatito may be able to handle. Of course, naturally, customers that are looking at stuff, Sprigatito needs to be level 16 to evolve into Gato, meanwhile Fletchling needs to be level 17. Ah, level away. So yeah, that's not too bad. Murder the Sun Gun! Yay, level 16 on the thing now. Wait, Bronsley. Swap into Sprigatito there, because Sprigatito is more suited for obviously taking on rock types. Die, Bronsley. We have murdered a child's Pokemon. Mwahaha. I sounded rather evil, didn't I? But hey, Fletchling's evolving. We did it. We got it to level 17 now. Woo, that close. Fletchtinder. Which, you know, fire flying now. That's quite nice. Now Ember actually will deal damage instead of being a thing that exists, I guess. So that's cool. And it wants to learn Flame Charge, a physical one. You know what? I'll have it over Flail. I don't need Flail, to be honest. And you know what? Keeping Ember's not the worst thing ever. And also, of course, just below it is Sprigatito. Adamant Cat. Evolving into Florigato. So, you know, it is stood up and people hate that apparently. How dare, how dare, how dare. And we've actually made enough progress in our Pokédex to give ourselves a reward. Oh, I didn't actually select the reward, I pressed the wrong button. Bravo me, I'm pressing all the right buttons today, aren't I? We got some Stardust, we can make some money out of it. Oh, some ruins down here. Hey, more drowsy. Wow. And here be Corfs. But this person with their Rockruff, look at the Rockruff at the table, no. We can use this to get a breather right before the Corf, as it were. You know, I actually think the AI overviews that exist on like Google now actually is a detriment. I think, take your average person that likes to Google things up. They're an idiot, right? They are idiots half the time that need to learn something, which is good. Learning is an excellent idea as long as you actually keep that information in your noggin and all that. Now, Imagine an AI overview telling you something but phrasing it in a way that's not necessarily the best way to describe it, or just outright being wrong. Your average person will take that at face value and be like, yep, this makes sense, not realizing that what they're looking at basically is detrimental. Okay, you know what? Because I probably want to actually do a good job against the Cloth, we're going to swap out Diglett. Diglett is flail as all hell. Sandy Gas, less flail. So it's going to join us on the team. Because behold, the Cloth. Now Cloth is recognized as level... What does it get recognized that being at? Level 16. Has Vice Grip, Rock Smash, which gives them low defense, Stab, Rock Tomb, oh boy, Stab, Rock Tomb, with a base 100 attack, pardon me, and Block, to prevent us from leaving battle. So, you know, fun, fun, fun. In fact, so much fun, we're actually going to just ignore it for now. Yeah, that's right. See, the only thing that we actually need to do for keeping our Pokemon happy with us is the gym fights. Doing the Titans will net us upgrades to Miraidon and beating up Team Star. Beating up Team Star, there's two areas where that matters. And then the other areas, not really all that much. Like, you only go in because you're specifically going to go after Team Star. Whereas with the Dark one, you might be heading to the Water Gym or beyond, and with the Tandem Mouse, or with the Fire Gym, you're trying to head to the Fincia after beating a Partisan gym. I didn't mean to select that. I just want to make sure I've got the fast travel point. And also just, hill to hill. Probably an unnecessary hill, but yeah. Then again, we just put Sandy Gas on our team, so make sure it is healthy. And now, here we are. Artisan. If we go into the places here, there's multiple bakery related stuff, and that's about it really. Also, exploration-wise, Sunkans! And more Sunkan! And Sunflora! They love their sunflower Pokemon! They really do! And it's horrible! Why the fuck an entire town would like a Pokemon? That's so shit! But then again, every Pokemon has its favourite. Every person has their favourite Pokemon, and we shouldn't be too mean to them, but seriously, Sunflora. Well, yes, I have a favourite Pokemon. It's a bit of cardboard. Ooh, look at it go. It's just as effective as the Sunflora, if not more. I know I'm being unnecessarily mean, but hey, great news! Since we're doing this on the Switch 1, we get to see 1 frame per second Sunfloras. Hooray! Go us! Woo! Let's head on in, shall we? Ramona's here. She knew we'd go over here. Interesting. Fire! How convenient! As it were, but... to prove that it's not a conspiracy, though it very much is, Nimona won't battle us at the moment. No, she'll save that for the third gym. And gives us some Leafers. Leafers. Not too bad, but also she is mad. But anyway, in a good way. Mad in a good way. That's how we always justify crazy people. You say, no, but they're crazy in the good way. And it's like, what's the good way? It's always going to be the question you need to ask. Because if some people, let's just say they're a little bit crazy in their own mind. I was about to say kooky, but I'm not sure if that's the correct wordage. Anyway, our mission for this gym is a very simple case of collecting sunflowers. That's it. We gotta go and collect the sunflowers. Well, no, we gotta go to a place that will then tell us to go and collect the sunflowers. Because it's a game of hide and seek, and someone here has a shroomish. That is so... I wouldn't mind a shroomish. Shroomish isn't a bad option. Just random hand strap stuff. Ugh. Grass gym. Again, I have a feeling that, like, similar to the first gym, it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be real simple. And then the last one will actually live an attack, but unlike Fury Cut, Walk Tomb actually might be a pain move. We'll figure that out, though. Are we ready to gather up some sunflower? I say that yes, we are. So we now have to run around Artisan looking for specifically 10 sunflowers. Though there'll probably be more than that roaming around. So you don't end up being like, God, where was that last sunflower? And it's in like the one corner you wouldn't think there'd be one. Although some sunflowers are fucking lazy as hell and are just literally standing right behind us. 3 of them are! 3 of them are lazy fucks. In this instance, at least. Let's see. Did any hide around here? I'm not seeing them. I could have always gone upwards. Oh, there's one. It's choosing to sleep. Are you? Yeah. I caught you, sunflower. Some sunflower might even battle. Lovely stuff. Behold, go goat. What might scare you? Fire! Oh, one shot, really. Somehow the sunflower fighting is operating at a lower frame rate than the go goat. That is right. No, it's Skidder even. That right by. And we're not even fighting it. So yeah, no, that's fun. I'll tell you experience. Baby doll eyes. So our Fido can go bow bow in a sad way and be all like, and then we'll be like, oh no, poor little Fido. And Fury attacking Lufty. What have we got? A power trip, chemicals in there. Nah, not a good idea with that one. But anyway, that will net us off 5th one and a sunstone in the process. So sunflowers can just casually drop sunstones. So that's not too bad then. Does that just mean, because that does make it easier for collecting a sunflower for the Pokemon. Oh crap. We don't have to access the surf yet, and yet the game was like, no, you don't suddenly suffer for that whole escapade into the water. So I wonder if it would count if I saw a sun card and lobbed the sunstone at it. Would they count that? Well, technically it's a sunflower now. Ooh, quickle. That could be useful on slower Pokemon. Guarantee it go first, potentially. Out of RNG. Ah, fling! We can use it to fling a sunstone out of sunflower. or sun. So now we can actually fling the sunstone at the sun can, as I was mentioning then. That's the 9th one. Looks like around here somewhere will be the 10th. Yeah, there we go, that's the 10th. We've done it, we've collected 10. We've done our job, hooray! A simple task. Did they come up with something better? Most likely, yes. Most likely, they could have. They chose not to, though. That's for damn sure. But we did it! Huzzah! Actually, oh, probably should very least heal. Let's tinder up. Good Shroomish. Oh, it's asleep because we're at night. No, because Growlithe. Yeah, good boy. Growlithe is good, doggo. Now there is that part of me that probably should have thought of grabbing myself a fire type that wasn't flying, but ah well. We'll just try and murder the Pseudo-Brudo faster than it can potentially murder us, because it will be... Because here's the thing, it does lose the stab. Because its type changes. Brachia stands on the windmill, and as we know from Trails Cosdale 2, we do know how the insides of a windmill look like, and how they work. How I'd think God of us to go running around aimlessly grabbing flowers. I don't know what that's about now. Grab! Fucking clapping people. Ah! Well, pet little first and foremost. We're going to murder it. It is going to die. Now we can actually set up our speed to be faster than anything Crisis can throw at us with Flame Charge. We're already a fast Pokemon though, so it's not necessarily the best option out there. Egg Cutter might do a little bit better in some ways, just as an attack. Has higher power, so but we're practically able to go fast at this point, outside of a Rock Tomb slowing us down. Here comes a Smoliv. It's fast and normal type. I mean, stab tackle. Well, we're going to do it. Huzzah! Now, sadly, I can't do much about its weakness to rock. But seeing as he actively whets its odds of not dying to flying, we'll just Terra Flying Air Cutter and hope for the best, really. As we will be hitting its weaker special defense than its stronger physical defense. Hopefully, Fletchinder's got enough bulk to survive a potential Rock Tomb, but Rock Tomb isn't the most accurate. we shall give our prayer and hope. Truly, Widow, because now it is truly a tree. Its aspirations to be a tree has been fulfilled. Okay, well, I reminisce old videos on YouTube. Ooh, if only it was a quit. At times, art becomes a race against the clock. Let us increase the pace. Utilizing Trailblade. That was not the correct move. But it did raise its speed. But we're still faster because our speed boost. And so, the Sudowoodo defeated by a flying type. What is we done? For Sudowoodo, much more impressive in its past appearance in Generation 2 being a naughty tree stopping you from just heading up to Eatwick instead of fighting Whitney. Although, to be fair, Whitney, actually, you can get really lucky. You don't need to scratch. You see, the standard reaction to anyone who faces Whitney and then complains horribly, it's not the hardest fight out there. I think it just catches people by surprise. And also a lot of YouTubers 10 years prior complaining about Whitney. Let's face it, they played Gen 2 as a child and then was like, man, I really suck. It really does become a thing, you know? It's like, I can say, oh yeah, when I was a child, I got my ass absolutely handed to me by various trainers in Gen 4. And it'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. A child wouldn't be as good as an adult. But anyway, now Pokemon up to level 30 we can catch, and they will listen to us. Thankfully, it is based on when you catch them, not what level they are. So we can over-level a little bit. But ideally, if we're over-leveling, then that means ideally there's something that we should be really getting on with. And, of course, Hasil is here to do some dialogue with us. The art teacher. And also Elite Four. My friend asked me to. It's not really a good answer, really, to be honest. Because you told me to is probably a bit shady, but by God, I walk as gingerly as he does. Ugh. I didn't realise I was that old. I'm not that old. I'm doing it to myself. I'm just gonna shoot myself in the foot. Well, in the feet. They're down there, not up here. This ain't a foot. Might be an Xbox, considering Microsoft's approach to advertisements is anything could be an Xbox. That's right, you could be an Xbox. Partly because I've stopped you from being an X, because I got you out of the shape of a box and into a shape of a cube. The X cube doesn't sound as fun. So yes, healing at the Pokemon Center. Hurrah! Do 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 do. Alright, now let's go into our team. Let's into our team and our boxes and all that, and think maybe we should use our shiny Shink, seeing as we've got 2 flying types and the next gym is electric. Actually, we're not going to head there straight away, to be fair. On the map, we can head into East Province Area 1, East Province Area 2. And hell, even East Province Area 3. Basically, the only thing that may be stopping you from getting to Area 2 is meant to be the Team Star base here, which is fire based. But there is a bit here you can jump over, so you know. Otherwise, that would stop you from being able to get over to the Steel Titan. Poison. Right, and also, we don't got to Area 4. So yes, East Province Area 1. See, the thing with this is that there's tall houses about. Oh, is there Spinops? Hello, Spinops. Run out of them, please. Again, around the level 20-ish mark. Teddiasa! Oh, no, don't run away, Teddy. No, don't wait till the Tauruses! Okay, well, all that one, well, that also foolishly goes in that direction. If we get close enough to the Team Star base, we'll get cutscenes about Team Star. Green dealings, because the season and stuff. And I'll get Skiploon. That'll be alongside the Hoppets and Steenie, get them, some Hornsweeds, Murkrows, want more fucking flying types. And I've just said that flying is not ideal. The Chonks are still around. Even get another Shings, but with a ground tail type. Ooh, actually, ground tail type. Interesting. But yes, next gym is electric, but if we want to go through the process of getting through a fire Team Star base, then ideally maybe finding a water type wouldn't be the worst idea. Well, hell, more ground types. That would work too. Ideally, that means what we'll do is we'll have set up front Diglett and Sandygast, and then maybe a third Pokemon that we can find, and then level it up a little bit. Swap out Rookidee for it, definitely. You know, because we are by the beach, we can utilize it. Except it does put us into Area 2. That is so weird that on the map, the beach bit counts as Area 2, yet the rest of Area 2 you're not actually able to get into without. Yeah, that is weird. They count this part of the beach as Area 2. So now you're dealing with the well, actually no, level 23 for the Meryl. So still around the same odds actually. Might be worth having a Pokemon that ain't gonna. Meryls, more Sandyghasts, Magikarps. Oh hey, Waterstone. Ooh, Waterstone, eh? If we find something that utilizes a Waterstone to evolve, then that's not too bad. Ah, but if we head into this bit of water, we're in Area 1 again. That is so puzzling. Now, Finnerson's not so useful because we're not playing online, so we physically can't actually get what we decide. Oh yeah, you can just find level 21 Gyarados in the water, of course you can. That actually sounds rather terrifying. Again, we've got option of Chelos again. Water into water ground, Pincurchin, we can catch and then trade for the Haunter. And the Vincia. Let's go Chelos. Oh yeah, not very effective because attack. Better off using Bite. Oh, Agent Power! Did you get the boost? Haha! Well, let's throw a Great Ball. I have to double check whether or not this, because this, we went through the water into this bit, so I believe we are in Area 1. But I will double check. And we'll swap Rookidee out. But in East Sea, Chelos. It is pure water at the moment, no ground typing, but it will become ground type when it evolves into Gastrodon. And it is a female Shellos. I just want to call it a slug. It's a sea slug, so we'll just call it a slug. That's all. I don't know what I'm doing alright. But anyway, our Shellos has bold and yes, area 1. Okay, so that means we freed up the area 2 one. Hey, that's lovely actually. So Shellos. It shows as the pink one on here, but that's fine. We've called it slug. We could probably do better. If anyone has any better suggestions, please do say something either live at this time, if anyone watching, or in the comments post thing. And oh, we got attack down. It is attack down, but defense up. Interesting. So yes, lovely stuff. We'll add to our party over the Woogity for the moment, because Woogity really useless right now. Flesh Tinder might end up just being in the party as just like, nah, you know. So I'll patch that thing. But, you know. So yeah, that's the area 1 encounter, because we've swam back around. So yes, you don't need to do the jump either. You can just use you don't even need stuff. There's solid enough ground where you can do this. I'm not sure if Game Freak intended this to be a WoW, you know? Because once we then get back into Area 2, we can then decipher what we want. Oh, we can even enter East Paldean Sea. And it would count as a thing. Well, give me gold coins again. Candy, lovely stuff. We could catch like a level 19 Magikarp and just instantaneously afford it, basically. Sure, 4 times weak to electric, but it's a Gyarados. It would be Gyarados. You don't need to be saying more. Nope. Okay, we're finding the deeper parts of the water there. So we should probably be a bit more careful. But anyway, yeah, the Paldean Seas, we're not really going to take too much of a gander at them because that requires going more out to see than I would like to do. Cool. But actually moving our way through the area means the brawlers, that's a fighting type, we can turn them into ice fighting with like an ice stone. I feel like we're only going to be able to find an ice stone while going up the mountain top, so it's not the most ideal. Put Diglett back on. So yeah, what I should be doing is I should be putting Diglett back on the team. Possibly, but you know, I could do that once we're actually going to go into the base. It's there to help me deal with team. It'll be there solely to help me deal with Team Star more than anything else. Which means we're probably actually good for the Fire Team Star base actually now. Which is good. That's good. I worry about the other ones, and I will keep worrying about the other ones. Now the Mastiff, like turning to Fire. If we could get Fire Fang, maybe that'd be neat. There's like a haha. I thought it'd be not doing as much, but it is doing quite a bit actually. It's a shame because in a way we're in an area full of water types essentially, which isn't going to be good for the Fincius gym. Of course we're seeing the turnover from chunks to water. I was going to check what that was, but that's surrounded by Tauruses. I'll utilize the hill point here. Now I don't have to faff around in terms of my getting to. We didn't. I haven't changed what I've got here as the lineup. I should have marked the figure with Bastius. I haven't noted the change, have I? Because we swapped out Rookedy for Shink. Right, Taurus is ready to attack me at any time in this area. The fuck is wrong with them? Oh yeah, the bridge leads back to area 1. Hey Mel. Hey Cydex. Another small bank there, but it is encompassed in Ace area 2, so Cyclostars as well exist. Hey! The game didn't immediately kick me back, so we actually make it to some ruins again. Woo! Okay, more gimme gold coins! Huzzah! How's a Tinkerton? Those are toxic spikes. Toxic spikes, eh? That's not too bad, actually. Bronzor. Cover Sky Stoops Claws. Would Tinkertink be of any use to us? Steel Fairy. Yeah. We go running around the field a bit, maybe we can assess a bit more, maybe not because it's going to be more Tauros. That's my fear, is that it's just going to be Tauros has been low in the grass, which just means it's not really going to be much more different. And to be honest, I don't need things that are going to be not so useful. If we can get Tinkertink to Tinkerton, we get Gigaton Hammer, which is an amazing move. But at the same time, I know for a fact I've had my failed moments with it. Bronzor would be still Psychic. Magnemite would be still Electric. That's the thing. We're finding a decent number of Electric types. Oh, and give me those ones. That we're finding plenty of. So maybe we put this area on hold until later. Pick a Magnemite. Thunderstone is all we need to get to Magnemite. Bronzor has become Bronzong. And again, they're all steel types. I don't really have a good way of fighting steel types normally anyway, so still so. Cyclosar is a dragon that has something. That's a thing. I think what I'll do is I'll refrain for the moment. We'll head back to... Let's head back to South Point's Area 4. Let's find something there. Now that our Pokemon are more in line of level, so they won't just die immediately, maybe we can find something there that would be useful. If I double down on ground or water right now, it's going to be detrimental. Also, to be honest, the Miss Magius and the Finsia, that's actually going to be a problem. Because it's going to be a fight where we have to deal with a Pokemon with Levitate, and its only weakness would be ground, if not for that Levitate. So, maybe we need something that can just be good all around, you know? Not just, oh, good Pacific early game fight, just a nice all-rounder that can do something. Of course, right now, so we're finding all dastards Hi, welcome to Chris doubling down on the type of Pokemon he doesn't need. Okay, we're gonna pretend that we didn't encounter that Mudbray now. I'm getting stressed. This room is just getting way too fucking stuffy. So, next time we'll have more things to do, obviously. Maybe we're in a sort of time frame where we could go to Kitakami, catch one or two of the Pokemon in the earlier route parts, and all that. But, oh, I need to get out of here. It's getting too warm in here. Yeah, so if you like what you see, you can always subscribe, you can always check out the other stuff, and I'll see you all next time. We probably actually will take on the Team Starfire base, probably. I'll put Diglett on the team over Pawmi or something and blitz through that, probably. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.